Yeah, I think the one big question mark we have is the broader equity markets as a whole. I think everyone can agree we're at record highs for the year. We're at record highs, for quite a few years right now. And so I think in one of our latest newsletters, we talked about the heads of JP Morgan, Goldman, a number of the big banks that are out there give it greater than a 50% chance of a market correction. Now, to be clear, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, right? Markets do correct. And although they can be painful, corrections can be healthy for the market, right? And we're seeing record high price earnings ratios in the markets today. A number of indicators that really mirror the dot-com bubble that we saw and some bubbles that we've seen more recently. So if you are a realist, I think you need to appreciate the fact that there will be some sort of correction at some point. The matter is how big and when is that going to actually happen? And so there does need to be a focus on the broader markets. And when you do have an equity correction, there's a number of impacts there too, right? Typically, what you see is people fly to safety when there's a correction. So bonds specifically, which those impact, as you know, financing rates and the ability to build new construction and bring those inventories back online. When the market corrects, people typically fly to bonds. When you've got money going into bonds, that does have pressure on those bonds because it's going to impact ultimately the interest rates. It's going to take some time for that to work its way into the economy. But I think when we do see that, it impacts not only people's ability to purchase new affordable housing, but to your point, I think for developers and construction to actually build new properties. So I think we've got, potentially an impact on a number of levels here. We've got interest rates and tariffs, and I think the jury's out on tariffs. Whether or not that's going to have a big impact ultimately. Is it going to increase construction cost? I mean, yes, there can be an impact, right, on Canadian lumber that we bring in, or materials from other countries. I don't think it's had an impact like people have said it would. It's minimal at this point at best. Now that could change, but that's minimal at best. I think the bigger impact is what's going to happen with the broader markets, and then ultimately interest rates.